Yep. And so there's one other thing in here called implicit returns in Go, and something we can do here that we haven't talked about yet. Let's suppose we do, I don't think I'm ever going to use these. I think it causes confusion, but I want to show it to you because it exists. So we can do something like my string equals hello world, like this, and we can just say return out here with it. Ideally, I would say return my string because I think this is very obvious what it's doing, but Go has these things called implicit returns where you can just do my string colon equals hello world and then just say return, and it'll return my string up here, and it'll return it to greeting, and we'll print it. So if we run it, oh, we get an error, not enough return values, have nothing, want string. Okay, so the reason it's not working here is because, let's change this. If something looks different on my screen, I apologize. I was just experimenting here to see why this wasn't working. So currently it's not working. Let's make this a string like we had it. So get string returns a string. It should return hello world. If I run it, it obviously won't work. We get the error, have nothing, want string. You can see we have string here, but what we have to do is we have to use parentheses if we want to use the implicit return, and we have to say my string string. So if we want to return my string, we have to say it here. Now we're getting another issue. No new variables on the left hand side. Okay, so here we would say my string equals. So if you want to use these implicit returns, there's a lot of things that have to change. So I'd recommend personally just sticking with the other way. So I'll show you the normal way in a second, but just looking at the implicit return, we could do this. So we say my string string here. We declare it my string equals hello world. No colon this time, because if we do this, we get an error because we're declaring it somehow up here through some Go magic, and then we want to just say implicit return this thing. If we run this, now it works. We get hello world, but this looks really off from everything else we've done. I don't recommend doing it this way, and you can do it this way for multiple things if you really wanted. So my string 2 equals test. And then I could say my string 2 like this, and now we're going to, so again this is shorthand for saying my string my string 2 string. This is just shorthand. We're saying we're returning these two variables that are strings. We're declaring them here with just an equal sign and returning, which again looks nothing else like we've done. And then I could say string 1 string 2 here, and I could print string 1 string 2, returning multiple variables from a function with an implicit return. Again, I wouldn't do it this way. Let's run it, just make sure it works. Yep, hello world test. I would highly recommend this way, right? So this, and if we want to return two strings, we just say string comma string like this, and we would say return my string comma my string 2. I think this looks a lot cleaner, and it's much more declarative in my opinion of what exactly is happening. So we run this, we're going to get the same result. I'd highly recommend this way, but I did want to show you the implicit way.